we'll just see though. I gotta go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all it boils down to. I'm very disciplined in the sport of boxing, in life in general. It's getting to that point, but it makes sense. It makes sense. The numbers, I know when the numbers come out, the numbers did very well. Gate did very well. I proved that I'm a draw in the sport of boxing. I proved that the people want to see me. They come out, they support.
The same thing that we talked about we were going to do in the DM before you picked your man.
2026, we're doing it.
We need to get him back. Promise?
Remember, you promised. You're the promoter.
Well, I got you. Listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. So look, handle that business, okay?
I don't know. You know what I mean? You know, Devin's season. I just seen something the other day. Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season just...
Devin Haney demands that Keyshawn Davis send over the contract and warns he will defeat him in a completely dominant manner.
I'll swing and come out wild like he does, but you know, I'm gonna break him down. I'm gonna crush him. I'm gonna step on him.
Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney have had a fierce rivalry for many years, driven by personal pride and intense competition.
And shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all type of shit. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney, and we 24 fitness, playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. And it just never showed. Nigga never even looked me in my eyes. Nigga never showed me respect. Like nigga never. Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, third. He like, for real? That nigga still a kid. Like he just never gave me my respect.
He sent you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, big nigga, you know goddamn well. Now I'm here, nigga. And everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. What you talking about? And he still like, his father used to, it's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh shit, the businessman. What's up with you?
Keyshawn Davis stated that battling a steroid user altered his career perspective and revealed Devin Haney to be a weak fighter.
Steroids, and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked. It changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. And it's like, bro, I'm sorry, there's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You do not take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't really not take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you asked me how I feel. You just took it always as suing and all that extra shit. I feel like, bro, you saw.
Keyshawn Davis has been dominant as proven by his win against Jermaine Ortiz, and he is now fully prepared to face Devin Haney.
Davis goes out and dominates Ortiz, beats him pillar to post, and knocks him out in the 12th round. 11th round body shot put him down. 12th round body shot took him out. I was really impressed with Keyshawn that night. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was impressed because Ortiz was a handful. And I think that's the best I've seen Ortiz fight. We know that he's a championship spoiler, right? If you're not careful with guys like Ortiz, they can win quiet rounds, and next thing you know, you're in trouble in the later part of the rounds. This fight could have turned out that way, but Keyshawn never allowed Ortiz to play the spoiler, and he closed the show. If Keyshawn wouldn't have got that knockout in the end, then I probably would have picked apart that performance a little bit and been like, you know what, man? Keyshawn wasn't at his absolute best. He could have done this. He put it in another gear. It was a big moment, a big stage, but he closed the show, and he never let the spoiler play.
Shakur Stevenson praised Keyshawn Davis, stating he prepared his brother and other fighters, but none reached Keyshawn's elite skill level.
I'm not going to say it's kind of unfair.
What you mean?
It's unfair for these fighters to the point where that's really my brother, and we could really help each other and prepare for these fights. So when he going out there...
Tomir Smalls shared his view on the tension between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis, noting timing and readiness are crucial in boxing. He remembered Keyshawn challenging Devin early in his career at just 5-0, suggesting Keyshawn may not have been ready then. For Smalls, that moment showed experience matters and fighters need proper seasoning before big challenges. Still, he noted both Devin and Keyshawn have similar career lengths, making their eventual clash more intriguing. Smalls believes it will be a good fight fans will want to see. He also questioned if weight could affect the outcome, mentioning he first thought Devin and Shakur Stevenson would fight. Regardless, Smalls sees the matchup as inevitable and exciting.
So it is what it is, you know what I mean? I gotta see everybody above me. You know what I mean? If you're not above me, I ain't worrying about you. If you got one of them belts, I'm on that ass. You know what I mean?
Do you like to hear that? Like hearing more guys at 140 or the big name dudes jump into your division?
Yeah, big name. I thought you was about to say just, I don't want just anybody just moving up to 47. Ain't gonna do nothing but get crowded, but the bigger names ain't doing nothing but making more opportunity. You know, they gonna be, everybody's scanning each other. And them coming up, they gonna have to be looking for somebody that's above them. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm ready to get it on.
In your opinion, who wins that fight if it were to occur?
Out of who?
Devin and Keyshawn.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season it play a part. You know what I mean? But they both been in the game about the same time, man. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight for sure.
Do you think the weight is gonna play a role?
I honestly thought Devin and Shakur would end up fighting first. You know what I mean?
Me too.
I thought
Davis dominated completely from the first bell, controlling the fight's tempo and dismantling Ortiz with accurate power. He blended his attack perfectly, using body jabs, sharp hooks, uppercuts, and timed combinations, all while applying relentless pressure that stopped Ortiz from finding any rhythm. The bout concluded dramatically, with Davis securing a knockout in the final round following a series of punishing body shots. This was a defining victory on a major platform, demonstrating not just his talent but his capacity to finish decisively. This win cemented Davis's status as an emerging power in boxing, and he is clearly prepared for the larger challenges that lie ahead.
It's not that guy. He's come up short now 3 times on the biggest stage possible. No shame losing to Loma, Lopez, and Keyshawn, but when you're getting knocked out in the last round, that's when you start questioning your stance in the top of the game. But that's credit Keyshawn, man. He closed the show and he looked incredible.
I thought Keyshawn was really good. He obviously filled out the weight really well. He is a strong 140-pounder. Body work has become his MO. You go back to the Dennis Baranchik fight, knocked down Baranchik, kind of went the same way. Knocked down Baranchik in the 3rd round with a body shot, knocked him out in the 4th round. This time was the 11th and the 12th round for Jermaine Ortiz. I would disagree with you that I didn't like Ortiz's game plan. I thought he should have moved.
Analysts think that by 2026, the most exciting fight in boxing could be Keyshawn Davis versus Devin the Dream Haney. Years of tension between Davis, his family, and Haney have built with heated words, increasing the anticipation. While Haney has been connected to fighters like Gervonta Tank Davis and Mario Barrios, many in-system match with Keyshawn would be much more thrilling and profitable. Davis, already a champion at 135 pounds, has shown his worth with performances fans consider more exciting than Shakur Stevenson's, and his ascent has steered discussions toward major fights.
Keyshawn Davis brothers, and Devin the Dream Haney. I believe in the 147-pound division that a Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney will be just as interesting, just as lucrative than any of those fights that we mentioned. A potential fight with Rolly Romero, potential fight with Devin Haney and Crocker. I think Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney will be a way better fight than that. Mario Barrios, I think that Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney promo will be way better than Mario Barrios and Devin Haney. And of course, those are unification bouts, but we also in the landscape of boxing in which belts don't matter as much. It don't matter as much. It matters, but it don't matter as much. Keyshawn Davis was already a champion in the 135-pound division, and when he performed
at 147 pounds, the stakes are even greater. Experts note belts are less important in modern boxing. What truly counts is star quality fighting style and fan excitement. Davis offers Olympic pedigree, sharp technique, and constant pressure, while Haney provides technical mastery and proven title fight experience. Combined, they form a stylistic duel guaranteed to deliver action. Some describe it as Davis pursuing Haney, never shying from the confrontation. With Bill Haney managing Devin's career and Keyshawn determined to prove his worth, the promotion itself could equal any title unification fight. By summer 2026, this matchup is anticipated to be one of the sport's most significant events.
We were talking about Shakur Stevenson and Tank in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, and Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, we got Andy Cruz. They're going to be facing Murataya on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin the Dream Haney at 147 because that's his plan. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. If Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, he's done a wonderful job as a manager, is saying that they Debo, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig and Keyshawn Davis is running towards
Bernie Thawboxer gave his frank reaction to Keyshawn Davis challenging Devin Haney, and his words showed respect for Haney but also admiration for Davis. Bernie admitted he has watched Haney spar and knows his ring composure well, calling him a true veteran. Yet when asked who he would pick, Bernie leaned toward Davis. He said Davis's style, his aggression, and his ruthless mindset set him apart. With quick hands, smart punching, and a readiness to fight, Davis brings an intensity Bernie thinks could be the advantage.
It's a great fight. I want to see the fight, but I would favor Keyshawn just on the strength that I love how Keyshawn fights. I love his meanness. I love, like I say, his kill mentality. He has great hand speed, like I say, great punch selection, and he's willing to mix it up in there. So I would favor Keyshawn, but it's just a fight that I would love to see.
I mean, knowing that Devin Haney fight could be such a big fight down the line, do you would rather see Keyshawn in a fight at 147 first before tackling Devin Haney? What do you think?
No, just give him what he wants.
Give him what he wants.
You know, all the talking, just give him what he wants. If that's what he said, then just do that. You know, sometimes we just gotta listen what it.
Bernie also rejected waiting for Davis to move to 147 pounds before fighting Haney. He believes if Davis wants the match, it should proceed. He stressed Davis is already a star, an Olympic silver medalist, and a world champion, so nothing should delay him. Bernie said Davis is ready to be unleashed and should get the chances he demands. He mentioned the tense post-fight scene with Conor Benn and Shakur Stevenson, but argued Davis's direction is obvious. He is pursuing the biggest fights and Haney is the primary target on that list.
He's a silver medalist. He's a world champion already, been a world champion already. There's no more holding back for him now. Just let him go. Let him off the leash, you know?
After the fight, Conor Benn comes into the ring. They talk, have some words. But Shakur Stevenson said, I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. Tell me, what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, you know, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, you know, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that, you know. I don't even know if I would have said all that about Conor being right then, you know, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. You know, he's been saying that.
Experts view a potential fight between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis as a fascinating matchup. Haney recently signaled his acceptance on social media, increasing fan anticipation. Davis remains unbeaten with 14 wins, 10 by knockout, while Haney has 34 wins with 15 knockouts. These stats show Haney's greater experience, but Davis's power is a key element. Physically, Haney has small advantages, being 5'9" with a 72-inch reach versus Davis at 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Observers contend Davis carries more punching force, while Haney's best traits are his defensive skill, sharp jab, and distance management. Following Davis's latest win over Jermaine Ortiz, some feel Haney's technique could counter Davis's pressure, creating a high-level strategic battle.
The social media and responded, and he said, Keyshawn, as you can see here, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Right? Now, Keyshawn is now 14 wins, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. Devin is 34 wins, no losses, no draws, 15 wins by way of knockout. So Devin got more knockouts than Keyshawn actually has fights. Devin is about 5'9", with about 72-inch arm reach. Keyshawn is about 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. Keyshawn has more power. Devin Haney has shown that he's a better pure boxer. I think Devin Haney's defense is better than Keyshawn's. Devin Haney's going to control him with his jab, his distance, his range, and his counter-punchability. I think this is going to be the most skilled, talented fighter that Devin Haney has fought outside of Lomachenko. Right? Lomachenko is so accomplished, so skilled, so talented. But I just think that Keyshawn is bigger, has more power than Lomachenko, and just as talented and skilled as Lomachenko. I think Keyshawn is more skilled and talented than Regis Prograis and Brian Norman Jr., but they got more power than Keyshawn does.
Greg Hackett gave a thoughtful break.
Greg Hackett provided a detailed analysis of Keyshawn Davis's win over Jermaine Ortiz, focusing on the strategy and discipline that were key. He noted that during training, Khan and Keyshawn recognized Ortiz fights best when establishing his own rhythm and controlling the pace. Through applying non-stop pressure, Keyshawn prevented Ortiz from ever finding that comfortable rhythm.
The pressure, him keeping that pressure wasn't allowing Jermaine to get set and set up whatever he needs. He did a great job pressing him. The jab to the body, the right hand to the body, the hooks, uppercut, everything he did was good. It was with pressure, and I think that was the main factor. He kept the pressure on him. The 1-2 now.
Keyshawn's timing is fucking incredible. Like coming off the layoff, right? Coming up to another division. In my mind, I'm thinking that was going to be the first thing to suffer. But he had his timing from round 1.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't nothing for him really to pick up on because Jermaine Ortiz is a rhythm fighter. He got to feel good to get his shit off. I mean, he gotta know that you slowed down for him to get his shit off. And Keyshawn wasn't planning on slow.
Hackett praised how Keyshawn varied his attack using body jabs downstairs, right hands plus hooks and uppercuts, all thrown with constant advancing pressure. That pressure was crucial, keeping Ortiz uneasy and stopping his normal setups. Hackett also highlighted Keyshawn's timing, which he called impressive after a long break and moving up in weight. Many thought his timing would suffer, but from the first round, Keyshawn displayed sharp accuracy. Ortiz, a rhythm fighter, needed his foe to pause to create chances, but Khan and Keyshawn never allowed it. Hackett observed Keyshawn hunting for a late finish even while far ahead, showing hunger and will. The unending pressure, precise timing, and refusal to relent is what finally broke Ortiz. Hackett's review explains why Keyshawn excelled so much in that bout.
That was very important.
He seemed to be pressing for the stoppage. Late rounds, he predicted the stoppage. Even when he had to fight like he was comfortably ahead, he kept pressing the gas. Did you know that he was going to get Maine out of there late?
I didn't know he was going to get him out late. I knew it was a possibility, especially the way he was hitting him to the body. He was landing good, clean shots to the body, and you could tell Jermaine ain't like it. And I had tweeted after the second round, and I said all Keyshawn got to do is keep going to the body, and that's what ultimately ended it. The body work. I mean, you could tell he's just a lot better. He's just a lot better fighter than what Jermaine is used to. I think the size. It's not that Keyshawn is a real big guy, but his approach.
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.